Oh, it's another video where I'm far from my phone. I'm not that far, but I'm like literally next to it. And I'm currently watching Fett. What video, you may ask? What am I watching? I joined Dark Zero for a day. It's 2 weeks ago. But on this setup, ban Flores, Twitch, Thatcher. Flores, Twitch, Thatcher. Flores, Twitch, Thatcher. Okay, look. I'm not finna lie. With this castle setup, you may wonder what the actual F is he thinking? But it's not what you think it is. So when you see this castle setup, I don't want to talk about it while I show castle because I'm gonna be on a different topic. But for castle, it's honestly to like, I don't know. When I did it, I thought about it like a mental thing. So it's supposed to look like a util, like a util waster anyway. So when they get wall, they're gonna be stuck in that connect room with the two castles. And I'm not gonna explain it how I wanted to, but you will see the display. When they get wall, they're gonna have that room and they rotate. So in reality, it's gonna be like a one-way, two-way coming in and out from that rotation alone. But once they take that barricade, like the castle barricade, like it's not necessarily like as a defender you can play it, but now you can actually hold them in there. Like you can squeeze them in there and not allow them to move. And really and truly, to make it even better, is like the only way that they can actually like win on that push when they get wall and they break down the castles, they have to actually like wait for like, what's the word? They have to wait for like crosses, because as you can see, I have a little too much of like head holes, but they're default head holes. So it's like, yeah. But the only way possible ways to get a kill off this shit, like a decent kill that can like honestly like support a refrag, is they have to watch I literally just said the word crosses. You know what I'm saying? So it's like on the end, I just hope and I pray like this site setup is honestly the worst ones I ever thought of, because sorry, I'm not gonna lie. Like after I get through like all like the ranks, like the rank maps, I'm gonna do unrank and quick match. So for my newbies out there, I'm gonna probably do that. And I shouldn't have said that because honestly, that's a good idea, because all these bots need ideas to actually play characters, and you can't ban people on quick match. So it's like that'd be a good trend. And then for unrank as well, but really and truly, like I'm gonna try to do that for my guys out there, my bots and stuff. But yeah, like I don't really know how to really break down this site setup. I hope that my movement and shooting and looking around can honestly help you. And TMI, I cannot ping. For some reason, I changed my layout to, so on the controller, hear this. The controller, RT is to ADS, RB, the top trigger, is to shoot. And then my whole left side is just util, like the abilities and like the gadgets. That's about it, And yeah, leaning is normal, all that, but it's just my right side. RT is to ADS and RB is to shoot. So it's like it's pretty easy and simple, But just look at this setup and tell me what you think about it. But yeah. So what am I displaying here is, if they take this wall, they're basically trapped in this room. But let's just say they don't take down the castles and just use the rotate alone. They're gonna obviously have this top garage anyways. And then you as a defender, like I was showing there, do not take that rotation. Be in sight. So meaning you give up you give up that spot of that top garage, you know, like let them have that, you know. But in the end, it's like if they take that, they only have that rotation to go in and out of, and that's no different than just you as a defender going in and out of that rotation. And mind you, now I have like 4 cameras as a defender, so it's pretty useful with I am sorry for my mumbo jumbo, but yeah, 4 cameras, and they're really useful. But what do you guys think about that castle setup? Like, is it good? You know, only is it bad because you can't play that area of the wall, or is it dog shit because I have no wall denial, or it's just plain out poop because it's castle? You know what I'm saying? But I thought about it in like a deeper mindset, only because if we just give them that part of the room as a defender and the castles protect us while we're already deep inside, why not just let them play util off that and then we just play like literally offside? So it was like they are in sight but they can't plant, and that's a weird scenario. It's like you're in sight but you can't plant because literally you're being watched. You know what I'm saying? It's like literally fighting for the room rather than for the site. You know what I mean? If that make more sense. So it's like interesting. So it's like that's what I thought. But someone could play pool and then have these cool little head holes and whatnot, you know, look around. But you know, but yeah, that's what I thought. But just watch more. So did you guys like it? Was it cool? Was it amazing? Like, how does it look to you guys? Anyways, really and truly, I think I probably hit my mic on my finger and it made like a weird sound. I don't know, probably did, but I don't know. I feel like with like not really site setups, but like operator picks, I do get into a pickle picking them because I always wonder like how can they actually be effective? And that might sound dumb because what do you mean like what do you mean by that? Like they're gonna be effective. I get that, but it's like me watching like all these like high players. You put a mute jammer down, they're gonna shoot it, you know. You put a castle up, they're gonna breach it, you know. You put something to block the attacker's pushes, and that becomes an obstacle, and they take it down, they shoot it, they destroy it, they hack it. They can do all these things to make it easier to push. And this is where my topic comes in at. I realized something. How can you separate good players from bad players? But even if when the average players have the best site setup there is, it's worse for you to do that. Hear me out. When a pro player is trolling, meaning when they're just, I'm gonna say this for example, when you have Z-Dog, he's running into these maps like nothing. He's in and out, winning round after round after round after round. And then he stumbles against, I'll say, a stack. And then they have good site setups. Now he has to trigger his mind to not play like it's a fucking free-for-all or like a speed run. He has to actually try. Not try and like trying so hard to win, but try to actually communicate and sync with his teammates. So it made me wonder, the harder you try against a good player, the worse it gets for you. Like I said, for example, if you go against a 5 stack and they're not so great, but they're above average, and they're like doing like strats, you're gonna actually try, because these guys are not playing like they want to win this game. And then to make it more like to make it more like easier for you, you don't really have to try, but you have to like actually check these spots. Like you're not playing bots. Like you have to actually check these rat spots. You have to check these good peaks. Like you have to pre-fire these shots, because now these guys know what they're doing. And all it is I'm saying is, I've noticed Siege is really a dynamic game when it comes to smart and dumb people. When I say dumb, I mean like not with no knowledge. We're smart when dumb people, because when you try, it gets way worse because the game goes way slower. But it's sequenced. So it's like, while you're trying to ash rush, you have a defender that's just now putting cap can traps down. And that's one thing alone. Versus you have an Ash trying to rush, and you already have cap cans trapped down, and you're baiting her, and you're baiting yourself just so she can die by the cap can traps. You know what I'm saying? So it's like not even like the baiting part, but just the fact that you know where she's coming from as a Nash player, and then you get the kill, you shoot her, she's low, but then again, you know in your heart and soul you have a cap can trap waiting for her. And then what do you know? Boom, she hits it. So it's like, not saying that, hey, how can you know that I'm good or bad or not? Bro, it's just how you play the game. It's how you set up sight. It's how you strat. It's how you communicate. That makes you a good player, versus making a rotation and not paying attention to it makes you the worst player ever. It's like, why make a hole for you as a defender to go through, and you only used it one time, and the one time you used it was just for you to break it and run through it? Like, be for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, only in the end, I've noticed, I'm like, damn, like, the harder you try against good players, the worse it gets for you. Because if you're gonna make like a good setup, you need a good squad. So when I say this, that's why I said I'm not gonna talk about my setup in the video. It'll be a different wording as of right now. But it's like, I've noticed when I made this video, I'm like, this site setup is not so bad. But if you put it in the right people's hands, they will make this an OP setup. And what's interesting is, in Bull, specifically in Bull, you can sit on the Bull wall on the right hand corner of the window and just bait. The castles are literally covering you. You know, the camera is in the hallway, and everything else is literally in your hands. It's just played off patience and timing. But like I said, you can give a bot the best callouts. They wouldn't know what the fuck to do. It's so overwhelming for them. And then you can give the best player callouts. They're gonna know what to do, but then again, it's about timing and patience, and then it falls into skill. How fast they peek, how fast they lean, how fast they shoot, what battles they're deciding to pick and choose before actually trying to contest or compete against someone. You know, it's like you're not gonna swing a window before you swing a doorway. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to pass that door before that window. So with any player, they're gonna have on the back of their mind, it's someone on this window. Hear me now. It's someone on this window, but I have to check this doorway first. And then you may think, okay, he won't check it. Boom, bow, bow, you're dead. He's cheating. He killed me and you so fast. No, he's just watching the back of his mind is the window, and then the door is in front of him. So, you know what I'm saying? There's no clip. I'm just yapping, but yeah, like always, have fun and GG's.